Okay, and now we're going to conclude our forum with the at-large race. We have 4 candidates. They are Patrick Harvey, Antonio Shepard, Ken Bain, and Homer Fincannon. I've been informed that Antonio Shepard has not responded to any of the communications and will not be participating, so we'll have 3 candidates here. They have drawn in order for speaking order. Homer Fincannon will be first, Patrick Harvey second, and Ken Bain third. So you can come up here. You're first. Yeah, that's me. Yes. Just go ahead. So, when you get up there, you'll have 3 minutes for an opening statement, sir.
Hello, I'm Homer Fincannon. I've lived in the city of Duncanville for 50 years. I'm running for city council at large here in the city. I have almost 50 years experience as an independent small business man. I know the benefits of thrift, of planning for the future, and of making each dollar count. Being a successful independent small business owner for almost 50 years has prepared me for the task of providing the best value for the taxpayers' money. I approve of the changes made by the current city council, and if I'm elected to the council, I'm going to help the council complete what it started. For too long, the previous council wasted taxpayers' money on high-risk development projects that not only benefited the developers and the city councilmen who the developers gave money back to. I'm going to move decisively to disentangle the city from those wasteful development contracts that have wasted so much taxpayers' money, that left the taxpayers of Duncanville holding the bag while the developers walked away with hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxpayers' money. Contracts like the Center Street condo projects at Center Street in Maine that cost taxpayers at least $780,000. That's 4 cents on the tax rate. Back in 2009, that developer and his supporters on the city council promised us that 31 high-dollar townhomes would be built and sold. Well, only 2 were built. Neither has been sold, and the developer side is a mess. You know what I mean. You've all driven by there. It's the place that the Patrick Harvey signs are up on. Unlike Mr. Harvey, I'm not getting money from any developer. Like Harvey's biggest campaign donor, Dalton Lott, a millionaire developer. The other candidates in this election, Mr. Baines, worked for the same millionaire developer for 30 years. That's how independent do you think they are going to be? Well, I'm not in anyone's hip pocket. I'm not a stand-in for some millionaire developer. My allegiance isn't to any developer or to any millionaire. My allegiance is to you, the citizens of Duncanville. If I'm elected, I will do my part and more to see that Duncanville continues on the road to financial stability. I'm Homer Fincannon. I need your vote on May 11th. Thank you. And I want to thank the Chamber and the Rotary Club and Doc here.
Thank you. Mr. Harvey, would you go ahead and give your opening statement? Again, you'll have 3 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. I want to begin by thanking the Chamber, the Rotary, and all of you in attendance. Just a word to Mr. Fincannon. First and foremost, no one tells me how to think. No one tells me what to do. I'm an educated person and a proud person. I do what I feel is right. Let me continue by answering 2 questions. Who is Patrick Harvey and why is he running for Duncanville City Council? I am a husband. I've been living here since 1989. I am a father of 2, the youngest of which is a 2008 graduate of Duncanville High School. I am a Sunday school teacher for 45 years. I am a finance director. Currently in my 3rd year with the city of Stephenville, with 30 years of experience in city government finance. I am a person who knows what works in city government versus what doesn't work in city government. And it is what I've observed in our city which does not work, which has led me to run for this position. What does not work is wasteful taxpayer spending in the amount of $235,000 to a foul-mouthed forensic audit and attorney fees to pursue a pointless, petty, political, personal agenda against a local developer. What doesn't work is a climate of fear and a revolving door at City Hall, leading to the loss of dozens of city employees with over 150 years of experience in service to our community. What doesn't work is no economic development, government by secrecy, withholding information from the public, keeping the community in the dark, not withholding, revealing information about what has been done by our city and where we stand. Here is where I stand. I stand on behalf of the rest of us who want our taxpayer dollars spent wisely and well, who want to be fully informed as to what our government is doing, who want our community to prosper, who want our employees to be treated with dignity and respect. This is who I am, and this is why I'm running. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay up here for a minute. Mr. Payne, this is your time for your opening statement, please, sir.
Okay, thank you. First, I would also like to thank the Duncanville Chamber and the Duncanville Rotary Club for sponsoring this forum. Also appreciate all of you coming tonight. It shows your interest in Duncanville and its governance. And I know all of you had a long day today, and you probably had to fight all the security and the traffic and everything with the ceremony you went to this morning, but downtown Dallas, out at SMU. But I appreciate you coming tonight. So I'd also like to tell the candidates here how much I appreciate them investing their time and during the campaign and pledging it after elected, because I know how much time it takes. As a city council member in the past, 10 to 20 hours was nothing unusual a week to spend working with council information. And let me tell you a little bit about myself. Married to Cynthia Roney in December of 1971. And we have 3 sons, Ben, Brian, and Brandon. Got stuck on the B's there. But we moved to Duncanville in 1974. I started my CPA practice here in 1984. I have a CPA, Certified Financial Planner. I have a BBA in accounting from Baylor and MS in Texas Tech from in 2010, would you believe it? After 40 years, they let me back in, and my wife trusted me enough to stay in a co-ed dorm for 2 months in the summer, which is very uneventful, I might add. But I'm a small business owner. I have interest in 2 businesses here in Duncanville, one on Main Street, one on Cedar Ridge. I have a business in Greenville, Texas, and one of the things we do is make chocolates. And I started to bring some tonight, but I thought that would be a little unfair. But maybe later. I'm an adjunct professor at DBU, Dallas Baptist University. I'm president of the Texas State Education Foundation. I'm a 4-term city council member of Duncanville, mayor pro tem 2 terms. I think I'm the only city council member elected from 2 different districts, so districts 3 and 4. Was the president of the Duncanville Economic and Community and Economic Development Board, and a founding director for the DISD Education Foundation. I was the director of Duncanville Outreach Ministry for over 13 years, and a director on the Duncanville Chamber of Commerce, and also a member of the Lions Club and the Rotary Club in Duncanville, which I really enjoyed very much. Been fortunate to serve in during periods of opportunity and development in Duncanville, and we took advantage of these opportunities to make it a better place to live, and I look forward to doing that again. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead and have a seat, please. It's time for the question and answer portion of this of our at-large race, and since you draw one, you get the first question first, sir. So if you give me pull me one out of there, I appreciate that. Thank you. What is your vision for the future of Main Street, Duncanville?
Well, we was going over our I'm a member of the Economic Development Board. We was going over that the other day. One thing, the Main Street vision, it didn't work out well. And it just, you want to know just how much money did local businesses lose during all the months of construction, then when most of the street was shut down, how many stores along Main Street has closed since all that started, how many accidents and near accidents have occurred because of the way of the northbound lane on Main Street was changed from 2 lanes to 1 lane with a big concrete barrier in the middle that forces cars to either turn right into another road or turn left into traffic. So did all that really help? No, I don't think it did. You know, I've gone to meetings where that they was talking about, well, you know, expanding it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Would you like to do the question again, sir?
Yes.
What is your vision for the future of Main Street, Duncanville?
My vision for Main Street in Duncanville is that it becomes an attractor for us, a destination, something that we can hang our hat on. Cities, like corporations, need a brand. I had an opportunity to talk to the general manager of Hilton Garden Inn. He says, my business from Monday through Friday is solid, but on the weekends, nobody comes. They don't come because there's nothing here for us to bring them here. So we need Main Street to be an attractor, not only from a physical standpoint, but also from an entertainment standpoint. And that is my vision for Main Street.
Would you like to do the question again, Ken? Please. What is your vision for the future of Main Street, Duncanville?
Future for Main Street.
Your vision.
This is an issue that's been with us for a long, long time. And there's been a lot of things we've gone through from trains. We had the property on the lead property that we have down on Daniel Dell that we were looking at develop as far as having a exact idea. You know, I have a business that's right there in the middle of all that that's going in Main Street, and there are some problems in regard to the traffic, as far as the development. But as far as a solution, I can't say that we found one over the last 20 to 30 years, and I don't know that we're going to find one in the next 2-3 years, but we're going to keep working on it. And I'm open to looking at what is available out there and what possibilities there might be. Because we got to keep trying, right?
Thank you. Good answer. Thank you. Give me one. Give me a good one. Thank you. Appreciate that. What specific life experiences and education have prepared you for service on the City Council?
Okay, before I get into that, I've heard both candidates express their concern about traffic on Main Street. There's also traffic on Wintergreen Road from 2 dead ends that need to be dealt with. Be interested in you all asking them how they feel about that. Now, what life experiences helped me to be successful in this position? First and foremost, this is what I do. I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm the only candidate in the race who has developed city budgets, managed city operations, and maintained city financial records. I have 13 consecutive years of nationally recognized work in both government finance and budgeting. So I'm a plug-in-and-play council person. I'm already ready. No learning curve. Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead, sir. Ken, would you like to hear that question again, sir? Please. What specific life experiences and education have prepared you for service on the City Council?
One of the experiences that I've had already on the council for 4 different terms and living in the city, being involved in a lot of issues here. I just heard this about budgets and all. I've worked with budgets and planning for Fortune 100 companies. I have my own company. We have 65 employees. We're always doing cost recovery on anything we can as far as cutting back costs. The applications, my experiences in finance and also with accounting over the years, I think provide me with, very good experience and, background for that in my education. I just gave you that. So, I just left a meeting yesterday all day with a board meeting that has a budget a lot bigger than Duncanville's that I'm on the board of. So I have a lot of experience in that regard, not necessarily with the city, although working on.
Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Homer, would you like to hear that question again, sir? What specific life experiences in education have prepared you for service on the city council?
Well, I'm a good listener. I just heard, one of the, Mr. Harvey over here mention about, formulating a budget. I believe that's the job of the, city manager to do that. I know in the past, he's came to the city many times, the way I understand it, and demanded that he be hired as a finance director. Well, maybe he ought to go up there and apply for that city manager's job, if he can formulate a budget like that. But we need to prioritize our spending and not waste money on unnecessary things. We need to pay our employees well, but not excessively. We need to be careful. We need to carefully manage what we have. Above all, we must never forget, any money the city has is not the city's money, but the citizens' money, and we have the responsibility to look after it. I'm happy to tell you that Duncanville sales tax revenue is up and is increasing faster than any surrounding area.
Thank you, sir. Ken, your last question first. Thank you. What do you consider the basic functions of the city council in the Duncanville's mayor, council, city manager form of local government?
I look at the, city council as being the board of directors of the corporation of the city. You hire a president to run the city, the city manager. They take care of all the day-to-day activities. They take care of the hiring and firing. They take care of the management of the company. If you don't like what they're doing, then you either get rid of them or you tell them to correct their actions. That's pretty much what our charter says, and that's the way I've always seen the city manager and the council city manager relationship to be, as well with the mayor. And the mayor's position is to guide and work with the council and keep them together and provide guidance to the city. Thank you.
Would you like to see the question, sir?
Thanks.
What do you consider the basic functions of the city government in Duncanville's mayor, council, city manager form of local government?
I'll have to agree with Ken on that. One of the things that brought up earlier about the audit, which is a function of the city council. Well, I'm on the Duncanville 4B board now, and the 4B board is involved in that, so I'm limited what I can say. But I can tell you this, the fluorescent audit of the Main Street is necessary to help us get to the bottom of what's been going on there. For example, how many people know that the 4B board owns 32% of the main station, and that every year the 4B board is supposed to get 32% of all the profit? Well, would it surprise you to hear that in all that time, the Duncanville 4B board that has not received 1 cent from Main Street, not 1 penny? Why are nothing ever paid to the city? Where's all that money gone? Maybe Mr. Harvey, Mr. Baines don't want to know the answer to that, but I do.
Thank you. Patrick, would you like to hear that question, sir?
Sure, get it to me.
What do you consider the basic functions of the city council in the Duncanville's mayor, council, city manager form of local government?
Let me begin by just making a comment. Mr. Fincannon is kind of hard to resist. My website is patrickharveyforduncanville.com, and then I'm going to deal with the Main Street issue there. But anyway, the governing body is there to set the expectations for the city manager, the city attorney, and also one thing that my two opponents failed to mention is that one thing that we ought to be focused on is a strategic plan and strategic vision for the city, which is a long-term goal of where we envision Duncanville to be. Every year, the mayor and council will formulate an annual work plan, which each and every step is bring us closer to the achievement of our strategic goal. We also formulate the budget, and we do not tell the staff what to do. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, now it's time for our summary statements, and we'll go in reverse order as we indicated before. So Ken, you'll be first, and you'll have a minute and a half to go for it.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I'm proud of as far as when I served on the council was some of the things that we did, and I was served on the first council that was single member districts, 1984, and Mr. Fincannon and Mr. Boyd, we were all actually served together at that time. And we passed the bond money for the city hall, the police station, the maintenance center. I worked to pass the 4B, which reduced the ad valorem taxes. We renovated parks. We also revamped drainage systems. We built roads, and we bought the land for the number 2 fire station, the Star Center, the retirement center, and the Hilton Garden Inn. I was able to get the land donated from the land on Main Street that adjacent to the library community center. Got the land donated by the bank across the street for their parking lot for part of that land, and worked through on the purchase of the strip center there to make it all part of that complex. These things were accomplished through teamwork on the council. I serve with the staff, city staff, and citizens, and I want to work with this new council and the mayor, work with the team to try to accomplish the things we need to in Duncanville. Hindsight's great, but if you look
Thank you,
behind
Ken. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. Your summary statement. Patrick, your summary statement, please.
Thank you. I want to thank the Chamber, the Rotary Club, all of you in attendance. I began by answering 2 questions involved with this campaign. What I'd like to finish with is a question for you. Are you satisfied with the direction of our city? Are you satisfied with no economic development? Are you satisfied with the strong-arm mayor and council form of government that we have? Are you satisfied with wasteful taxpayer spending? If you are, then my 2 opponents are perfectly capable of continuing that city in the same direction. What I represent is a different direction. I think we all get that. So now, if you want Duncanville to become the city of champions, you have to start with the right stuff. That would be Patrick Harvey, certified government finance officer, CGFO, the one who has 30 years of experience in this business. And let me also say real quickly that I've also had experience with savings and loans, universities, and chemical plants. They're all very different businesses. No, you want somebody that's specifically designed to do this job and do it correctly. There is no other choice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Mr. Homer, and time for your summary statement, please, sir. Thank you.
I'm Homer Fincannon, and we have a choice. We can return to the past when taxpayers' money was constantly being wasted on go-nowhere projects that only benefited the developers who got taxpayers' money and the politicians they gave money to, or we can continue to move forward and leave that behind. I don't want to move backwards. I want to move forward. I want to continue the work that the current council is doing. I want to help them do it better. I'm the only independent candidate running for the at-large city council seat. I'm not getting money from any developer, and I'm not getting support by any website that's written, produced, and directed by developers who want to put their own people on the council so they get back to taking advantage of the city. I'm running for the city council at large because I don't want to go back to when the majority of the city council were bought and paid for by the few developers and their lobbyist pals. I don't want that, and I don't think you want that either. I'm an independent candidate. I'm not obligated or beholden to anybody except you. If I am elected, I will put you first and no one else. I'm Homer Fincannon. I need your vote May 11th for City Council at large. Thank you.
Thank you, at-large candidates. Thank you.